Hey everybody, welcome back to Lumentek Electrical's YouTube channel. I'm Trevor and I'm here talking with Ryan. He's the owner operator of Lumentek Electrical and he has an electrical contracting business in Red Deer, Black Falls, Lacombe, services that whole area. And if you're looking for an electrician, he's the guy to call. All right, so today we're going to be talking about recessed lighting. What is recessed lighting? Well, I'll let you take it from there.
Pot lights is the most common form.
So people call them pot lights, recessed. I call it recessed lighting because I'm a snob. Pot lights, because it used to be actually a big pot at the back of it, right? And then you just put your fixture or your luminaire inside. Today, they're kind of not the same. They're not really a pot light anymore, are they?
No, they're flat. Most of them are the same thickness as your drywall. They're about half-inch thick, and anywhere you can drill a hole, you can put a pot light.
There you go. So, I mean, they're not, pot lights per se, but they're called pot lights. So tell me, best application, are they're obviously becoming more and more popular.
Yeah.
Tell me some of the reasons why.
They're nice because they're small, they're thin, you can kind of put them anywhere, and you don't have to worry about ceiling clearances because they don't hang down at all. They don't really go out of style because there's nothing really to look at. It's just a round circle on your ceiling that's same color as the paint. You don't really notice it unless it's turned on. They give really good light because they spread really wide, and normally rooms will have quite a few of them in there. You'll have kind of like one per corner or more depending on what the room's used for. Mm-hmm. And they put out really nice light. They dissipate well. You don't get shadows.
Really
energy
good.
Efficient.
Yeah, because they're LEDs, right?
Yeah.
Nowadays, they're all LEDs. You're not going to get some kind of incandescent thing anymore, really.
Hard to find if you're...
Tough to find. What about color range? So tell us about some of the color range you can get with your recessed lighting.
They're all kind of coming now with 5 different colors. So you can do soft white, which is super yellow, and then everything in between that, and just daylight, which is pretty white. It's kind of personal preference, whatever someone wants. Usually if we're adding to an existing house, we'll find whatever's in the house and we'll match it to that. So it kind of consistent through the house.
Nice. So you can have whatever color temperature you like. I'm more of a warm white guy, not necessarily a day light guy. Just it seems too clinical and harsh for me when it's too bright. So like 6,000 Kelvin brightness is a bit too much for me. I'm more of like a 3,200 ish, 3,500. I like that. It's a little bit warmer, more natural, like kind of like this guy here. I like that color, but for you can choose whatever color you want. Now, what about specialty recessed lightings and other type of lighting? Let's say you're doing cabinet lighting, toe kick lighting, stair lighting. What other kind of things are you doing or available for people?
All the above.
All the above, yeah.
Yeah, we can pretty much put lights everywhere. The nice thing too, a lot of the pot lights now are rated for indoor use, outdoor use, showers, everything. So.
Okay, so before, back in the day, you used to have like vapor barrier, and you had to have like special vapor hats over the cans and all of that fun stuff. And now that's kind of gone away because you can just keep it all within the vapor barrier that's in the ceiling already, right? Very easy to install, much less headache for the electrician. So what is the average cost to put in a set of recessed lights in say a living room or a kitchen?
Yeah, it depends on accessibility. So if we can get up in the attic and fish all of our wires that way, it's cheaper, it's easier. Mm-hmm. The hardest ones are when there's a floor above it. So if it's in a basement that's already finished, then it's quite a bit more work.
Right.
A lot more difficult. But they kind of average around $120 to $130 per light.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, if there's more, it's cheaper because we're already there.
Already drilling holes. Might as well get it done while you're there. Now, for you said you're going to be doing it in your own house.
Yeah.
Where are you putting recessed lights?
In all the difficult spots.
All the difficult spots. All the hardest parts.
That's always how it goes.
Okay.
So we got upstairs, we're doing a bunch of pot lights, and it's a vaulted ceiling, so there's no access above it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be cutting drywall and
Fish
getting
sticks.
frustrated. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Lots of fish
Lots
rods.
of fishing. And
Yeah. Good. I don't miss that stuff at all. Surprisingly, I don't miss it.
yeah. It's
Weird, right? No, I did that for a long time, doing lots of renovations and stuff. But yeah, no, I love recessed lighting. I love the look of it, love the options. What about dimmable, non-dimmable, specialty colors? Like what do you normally do for customers? What are some options?
Most common options we kind of have are different. There's gimbal and flat pot lights. So you have flat ones, obviously, for flat ceilings, but then if you have a vaulted ceiling, most people want to go with the gimbal ones, so you can adjust them to point down. Otherwise, you used to get them pointing across the vault, and that doesn't really benefit a whole lot.
Right. So it's, they tilt, so you can
Yeah, you set them to
get a better angle on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. Okay.
So yeah, we have those are the two most common. There's different colors available, so you can get like white trims, black, gold, bronze.
Oh, okay.
Basically any kind of metal color you can get different color pot lights for.
I assume there's going to be different price for those as well with the fancier trim.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. But hey, I mean, if you have a really nice home and you've got like some more custom features and accoutrements in it, then maybe you like the polished brass look, or black would be nice as well. Maybe that's something that's up your alley. You can get those done, or maybe even in a theater room or something like that.
Yeah,
be good. Now, what about so this is all like retrofit after the fact. You're putting in these lights. What do you do for new construction, or let's say someone's putting in a new basement development and they want recessed lighting? Is there any special prep work that you have to do for these recessed lights, or what do you do?
There's a few different ways to do it. You can get these brackets that you screw into the joists, and then that way when the drywallers go, they can cut all the holes for you. We found a lot of guys will miss them when we're drywalling, or when we've wired it and they come in after and drywall. So what we've started doing is we'll run all the wires, put the boxes in for the pot lights, screw them to the truss or the joist or wherever we end up putting lights in, and then after drywall we'll come in and cut all the holes in. So we draw a map of the basement or upstairs or wherever we're putting them, and we have all of our measurements written for all the pot lights. We'll come in and drill all the holes after, put all the pot lights in, and that way we know none of them get missed.
Yeah,
so
that's good.
We found that's the easiest way to do it.
Easy and
most consistent.
Least amount of frustration for yourself. Yeah, because drywallers, they often like to cover up receptacles, switches, recessed lights. They like to cover that stuff up. But we love drywallers, except when we don't. When they fill our boxes with mud. Love that. Right? I don't know how many
wires.
What's that?
They routed the wires.
Yeah, router them off so you only have like an inch left to work with. Love when that happens. That's why we were smart. We always leave lots of extra outside the box so we can pull it through and restrip it, right?
We left our map of pot lights at a house one time. The drywallers cut all the pot lights in, but they had it flipped around, so they're all like completely wrong.
Northeast, southwest. Yeah. Oh, another thing to put on the map, right?
We drew a door as the exit to the basement as a walkout. So that's the door, and they thought it was the window on the other side of the basement, so they had it flipped around.
Dang it. So close. They tried. Well, good for them. I'll sit back for them because they had to patch all those holes.
Yeah, they're mad at us for it.
That's funny. Okay, but anyways, that's life, and that's what happens. So recessed lighting, it's really cool. Everybody should have more recessed lighting in their homes. If you have an old home, especially, usually there is room for one light in each room, in the center of the room, typically. And if you want some more light, you want more variety, more options, want it brighter, talk to Ryan. He'll come in and he'll lighten up your life and make your home a lot brighter and more homier to be in. Especially living rooms can be especially dark, right?
A lot of older houses have no lights in the living room.
That's right. Not just even the ceiling. Yeah. Just a flat ceiling, a switched plug, and that's it. So you can have one lamp on a switch. So get Ryan in. I know there's lots of houses in Lacombe, Black Falls, Red Deer, Sylvan Lake, all of those areas that could use an update and upgrade with some lovely new recessed lights. So give him a call. He'll be happy to come out. Check out lumentek.ca, Lumentek, lumentek.ca, and just click the call and you'll get Ryan on the phone and he'll come out and give you a quote. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll catch you on the next one.